United Consumers Credit Union, providing mobile and online banking for Missouri Western alumni and students. Griffon Sports Insider is presented by Mosaic Life Care.
Hello and welcome. GSI presented by Mosaic Life Care. It's for the week of Christmas 2014. Ryan Menley joined by Missouri Western's own Nick McCutcheon. First time on GSI as our co-anchor. We appreciate it. You look better than Brett. You're more snappier dressed. You're larger than Brett.
Wow.
Yes. You fill out the screen better
snappier dressed than Brett.
Well, okay, maybe not, but that's just we're trying to make you feel comfortable here.
Let's not go there.
But you are bigger than Brett. You fill out the screen better. You don't make me look as gargantuan.
Yes, I'll take that backhanded compliment.
Yes,
definitely.
You're welcome.
You bet.
Let's start basketball.
Let's talk about basketball a little bit. Missouri Western, the Griffons, home for the holidays right now. They're off until January 3rd. The Griffon men sit 5-5 on the season and 1-2 in MIAA play after splitting a pair of games last week.
Yeah, they were close to going 2-0. Let's take a look back.
MIAA conference play in St. Joe Thursday. The shorthanded Missouri Western men taking on Northeastern State. The Griffons going without top scorer Ryan Devers, suspended indefinitely for a violation of team policy. Others needing to step up, and they do. West men are huge first half, 4 for 4 from three-point line, 12 points on the night, all in the first half. Later, Trez Colbert from long range, it's no good, but Colbert gets his own board, tip pass to Darian Jones. Nice finish. Griffs go to the break down 34-33. A great game only gets greater. Midway second half, good guys heat up. Cole Clearman from the corner. The freshman scored 9 second half points. Griffs open up an 8-point lead, but Northeastern State charges back in the final minutes. Dakota Caudle ties the game at 68 with 2 to play. A minute later, we're tied at 70. Griffs with the ball, but Clearman coughs it up. The Riverhawks' Montre Williams picks it up. Griffin's down 2 with 60 ticks remaining. Brett Weiberg calls timeout, says relax, let's make something happen. Under 20 seconds to play, tied at 72. The Griffins do make something happen. Darian Jones off the steal ahead to Colbert, who jams it home. That's tremendous. Griffs take a 10-point lead with 10 ticks left, but this one far, far from over. NSU's Trey Mohair just takes over, takes it to the hoop, ties it with 3 seconds to play. Griffs need a prayer to win it. Aaron Emanuel's half-court heave draws the back of the iron, so we are headed for overtime. Hey, let's settle this by taking the two team super fans and letting them battle to the death. Seriously. Or you can just let Trez Colbert take over. He had a magnificent night. Scored 6 points in OT. He took a key charge, forced a key turnover as the Griffins survive for an 83-79 victory. Colbert's line on the night, season high 25 points, 5 assists, 4 steals in 41 minutes.
That's a kind of that clutch gene that he has, and overall very proud of him. Just like you said, I mean, he's making plays on both ends of the floor. He's making shots when it matters, but probably as big a deal as he defended 22 very, very well, which is their best player and a good player, and then he made a bunch of plays in overtime defensively that were very, very impressive.
It felt good to be in that situation again. I love those big moments. I mean, if it go in, it go in. But I know it's going in. Another day in the gym. Another day in the gym.
Ugly sweater night at the Fieldhouse, and this guy is ugly sweater champion of the world. Griffin men trying to knock off the #1 team in the MIAA. Central Oklahoma in the house. Western trying to run them out of the house. First half, off the Bronco turnover. Trez Colbert to Hans Thun. Griff's down 4, but UCO closes the half on a 15-3 run. Takes an 11-point lead to the break. Second half, Western fighting back. Trez Colbert, the and 1. That ties the game at 46 with 10 to play, and we got a ball game. Under 2 to play now. Griff's down 2 more from Colbert. Money. He had 24 points. We're tied at 56, but UCO reclaims the lead in the final seconds with free throws. Griff's down 3 with 12 ticks remaining. Coach Brett Weiberg drawing up the play. Griffs have the ball with a chance to tie. Here we go. Colbert swarmed, finds Curry Bird for the tie, but the freshman's offering is no good. Griffin's upset bid falls short. Their first home loss of the season is a 60-57 defeat.
Yeah, their press got to us a little bit, but we have good enough plays to where we should be able to handle the pressure. And you saw the second half was a lot different. We handled it a little bit better, but I think a lot of the guys felt like we beat ourselves there throughout the game.
As we mentioned, no Ryan Devers, Missouri Western's leading scorer for the last 2 seasons, has likely played his final game as a Griffin. The senior guard academically ineligible. That means his career is likely over. Devers, an all-conference player, was averaging 14 points and 3.5 assists for Western this season. His departure radically changes the makeup of this team. Other players now knowing that everyone has to step up to fill the void.
For people that don't get that many minutes, it's an opportunity. I mean, you can either take it or you can let somebody else take it, but somebody gonna get that spot and somebody gonna get more minutes. So at the end of the day, you just gotta step up.
I mean, everyone just needs to acknowledge the issue within the team and just step up. Step up like I mean, he's a good player, but at the end of the day, we're talented. Everyone's talented from the first player all the way to the 12th. And if everyone steps up and plays their role, we'll be good.
And with more on Devers, more on the Griffins, our Brett Easley has head coach Brett Weiberg.
Coach Weiberg, it's tough to lose a guy like Ryan Devers.
It is, and I think the biggest thing is what we tell our kids is next play. Well, right now we move on to the next day, and so I think our kids will respond. We've got a team full of competitors, a team full of people that believe in themselves, and as tough a loss as it is, opportunity is presented to other people, and I think the truth is I've already seen people stepping up, and they'll continue to do so.
Well, Brett, you head to the break 5-5, and now the kids will go home for Christmas. Just talk about kind of the next couple weeks. Unique time right now.
It is. We're a little banged up, and so a few days off will help 3 or 4 of the young men. We need to be really good while they're home, and they take a couple of days off, and then they need to get back in the gym and get exercise and make sure they're eating. We probably have one guy, and that's it, that doesn't need to eat a ton. But I'm looking forward to getting them back, because we'll have 5 days to practice, and I think we'll use that time and we'll get better. I think we'll take a small step forward just in those 5 days and moving on with how we'll play and how we'll progress forward.
Brett, when you lose a guy, and you talked about stepping up, and you look to your seniors to do that, and one guy that I think's done that beautifully, especially in the 2 conference home games, Cortrez Colbert, 25 points, 24 points, and really stepped up big for the team.
I don't think, and this is my fault, I don't think we've tapped into his leadership potential. I think he's getting ready to shine. I think he'll just continue to play. He's not going to be perfect, but he's going to be pretty good night in and night out, and I think he'll just see it as an opportunity. He made a lot of right plays in the last game, and I think he'll continue to do that.
Brett, it's not really the halfway point in the year, but just at this point, just talk about one thing you're really pleased with, but one thing, again, boy, we need to get better.
Okay. I'm pleased with the spirit of this team. I think this team shares the ball. This team has a desire to play the right way. And so that would be one thing I'm pleased with. We have to continue to shore up the paint. We got to, when we've been beat in the paint, we're getting better. We got to be better rebounders and better paint defenders.
You answered that question good, and I'm not going to bore you with Easley's impromptu this week. I'm going to leave you with one question. Brett Weiberg's basketball Christmas wish list is what? What's on it? One thing.
That from starting about from the 23rd on, that my guys shoot a lot of shots from the 23rd to when they come back. A lot of shot attempts at home.
Sounds good. We look forward to a lot of shot attempts. And Brett, next game, January 3rd, you and your family have a Merry Christmas, and we'll see you on the other side.
Merry Christmas, Brett.
That's Brett Weiberg. I'm Brett Easley. More Griffon Sports Insider comes up after this.
If change never happened, how would life take flight? How would our days unfold? At Heartland Health, we believe change can be beautiful. That's why we're changing our name to offer you even better care. Care that keeps up with the changes in your life and the moments that matter most. Heartland Health is becoming Mosaic Life Care. It's more than health care, it's life care. Visit us online to learn more.
Merry Christmas! Griffon basketball shifted its normal schedule Tuesday so the teams could hone a few different skills around the city.
Some sort of team building, whether we're holding each other's hands, keep them warm, or just making each other laugh.
Merry Christmas!
Western traded basketballs for bells for an afternoon as the team posted up throughout St. Joe collecting money for the Salvation Army.
It's good to get out in St. Joe and see the people and let them know that the Griffs are out here supporting the community.
We do like to do it because we know that there are people that are definitely less fortunate than we are, and helping them any way we can is something that we really want to promote as athletes and as leaders in the community.
It's the second year in a row that the Griffs have volunteered for the Salvation Army, part of an athletic department with the Foundation for Giving Back.
Helping other people and giving back to the community is definitely a win in a different category. It's definitely giving back, and it's a win in a community sense.
We're not just basketball players, we're not just students. We also like to get out in the community and try to get some people to come to our games.
So despite practice arriving a few hours earlier,
we still got our practice in and got our sprints in.
It's a chance to help out that the players welcome.
It's nice to be able to do that, even though our legs may be a little tired right now, but it definitely is very positive and good to do.
Welcome back to GSI, presented by Mosaic Life Care. Sticking with basketball, but moving to the women's side this time. The Griffon women sit 6-3 right now and 1-2 in the MIAA.
Yeah, they went 1-1 last week without their top player. She was sitting on the bench. Let's take a look back.
Thursday, Missouri Western women MIAA conference action versus Northeastern State out of Oklahoma. Griffins going to battle without top scorer LaQuinta Jefferson out with a foot injury. That's not good, but that may be a little overdramatic reaction. Relax, Griffins are just fine. First half, senior Alex Saxon getting the start for Jefferson, padding her rebounding stats. She had 6 boards on the night, all of them offensive. Griffs up 12 early. That lead would only grow. Serafina Handy also battling some foot issues, doesn't show. Counted in the foul. That's a 4-point play. Western up 35-22 at the break. Second half, more the same. Handy from the corner only gets 3 this time. She had a team high 13 points. Those tears need to go away right now. Griffins held the Riverhawks to just 25% shooting, so the score getting more lopsided. Great ball movement inside to Mariah Jordan. It's a 24-point Western lead, and later more from Saxon. She had 11 points to go along with those 6 rebounds. Griffins roll to a 68-35 victory, a dominating performance from the good guys, who are now 6-2 overall, 1-1 in conference play.
We practiced all for 2 weeks. We came in, practiced with that same amount of effort, so it feels good to finally put it into a game.
Ugly Sweater Day continues in the Fieldhouse. The Griffon women taking on Central Oklahoma. Coach Rob Edmondson wired up.
If you want to feel the same success that you had the other night, you know what you're going to have to do to get it. Okay? You're going to have to push yourself into fatigue. You've got to get to the point where fatigue isn't a fear for you. You just go, it's going to hurt. Now, are you prepared to go hurt? All right, let's go hurt.
Well, the Griffs coming off a wire-to-wire win over Northeastern State, but having to fight back from an early deficit here. They do. Serafina Handy, 3 of her 19 points. Later, Chelsea Dewey, the offensive board, the putback. She had a game-high 20 points. Griffs within 2 in the first half, but struggling mightily on D. The Broncos bigs having their way in the paint. Kylie Mays, one of 4 UCO players in double figures, 16 points. Broncos go to the half with a 38-27 lead. Edmondson not happy with anything or anybody.
We only got 2 starters on the bench in foul trouble, 2 fouls. Hey, this better get evened up. Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. He can see a mythical shove off on a rebound, but he can't see the same kid standing beside him on a lane violation.
He's down there talking to every player. Game management. 1 shot.
What does talking to a player got to do with the kid standing beside him stepping in the lane and he can't see it?
Nothing to do with it. The call is right.
Your call's right. I'm just asking why he didn't make the same call. Got answer?
Don't question our integrity.
I'm not questioning integrity. I just pointed out a statistical fact. It's a stat. It's not integrity. It's just a stat. Where's our pride? Where is our effort towards perfection on effort? Where's it at?
Now, motivational speeches doing nothing. UCO just back-cutting the Griffins to death in the second half. The Broncos run away with a 79-64 win. Western heads to the break with a 6-3 record. They've been kind of inconsistent thus far.
It's disappointing, for sure. There's nothing really words can explain.
We got beat in transition. Got beat on the boards severely first half. Those are all effort things, and why it was not here tonight was the other night, I have no idea.
Joining us now, head coach Rob Edmondson. You know, we picked a hell of a time to mic you up last week. That was a game full of fire.
It was. It was
for you.
It was. It was a tough game. A lot of emotion involved in the game, and home floor games are tough ones. You don't want to lose on your home floor, and obviously last game before Christmas break, and coming off the Thursday big win. And how we played. I just was really trying to pull it out of the kids and try to get back to where we were, and we just couldn't get there.
That's got to be a hard loss going into a 10, 12-day break when you play so well on Thursday and then turn to that. What's going through your mind? That's a Jekyll and Hyde performance in 2 days. If you want to cliche that's as Jekyll and Hyde.
It really is, and it makes you soul search, going, okay, what did we do different preparing? Did we do something different? What's the ebb and flow of what happened 48 hours after a game for which we probably played our best game of the year? And I've just come to the conclusion nowadays it's just kids, and it's just what's going on and what their emotions are and what their mood is to lock in. I've been watching a lot of conference scores early, and you're seeing it across the conference everywhere. You'll see someone just bash somebody on one night, the next night they go and get upset on the road, and we've already had that in this league even early in conference play. Other than one or two teams, there's just not a lot of consistent play. And so if that's the nature across the board, then not to throw kids under the bus, but I think that's just the nature of kids, that some nights they're locked in and some nights they're not. And if I knew the answer why they were on one night and not on the other, we'd push that button. But so far we're just trying to find that consistency. I think for us some of it is we just haven't played much. And when you string back to before the Hayes game, and then the Hayes game, and then the time off, and then these two games, now the time off, we've had more time off than we've had actually playing games. So I think that's part of our inconsistency.
I'm shocked that the media didn't pick up on this, because a lot of people did. You exchanged words with UCO head coach Guy Hardacre. We happen to have that on camera. He basically had to be kind of separated from you a little bit. Can you?
Well, we were doing our early Christmas exchange, and it just didn't seem like it went over as well as we thought it would go.
Didn't agree on what gifts to buy each other?
Yeah. I wrapped mine. He didn't wrap his, and I thought he should have wrapped it a little better.
You guys have a little bit of a history. You guys have played.
We go way back. We've played many times before I came to this conference back when I was at Oklahoma City, and so I've known Guy for a long time. So. There's a lot of history there.
Well, good. We'll just let that continue and keep an eye on that the next time you play him. LaQuinta Jefferson, what's up with her? She's missed the last 2 games with a foot injury.
Yeah. Christmas break for her comes at a good time. It's day by day, and she didn't do much before she left. So we're hoping these next 9 days when she comes back that the Christmas miracle will have taken place in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and that ankle will get to feeling better. We've done everything we can do, medically, and now it just needs time to heal, and she's got to get confidence back and get strength back in it so she can get back on the floor.
Pretty tough part of your schedule. In this conference, every game is tough. There's really no easy stretches in the schedule, but maybe the most challenging part for you guys coming up. Is it good for you to have a little bit of a break here to get ready for that, or would you rather be playing a couple games leading up to this?
I'd rather be playing. When you go into a part of the season where you're going to play 4 teams that are in the top 25 in the country, you want to be knowing that, okay, we're in our flow, we're in rhythm, we know what to expect, and we're going to come back from break. And maybe the best thing about the first game back from break is that's a good time to catch a nationally ranked team, because you don't know what those kids did.
That would be Washburn on January 3rd, yes,
Washburn,
who just came off a loss at Lindenwood. Yeah. Again, explain that.
Well, apparently, like I said earlier, apparently their kids went home early for break and forgot to go, because Lindenwood, like you said, everybody in this league's tough, but when you go on the road, if you don't bring your A game, you're going to get beat.
I've seen this women's league for about 12 years now, and in the mid-2000s was when it was absolutely dynamite. You had the Missouri Westerns, the Washburns, the Emporias, Northwest would sneak in there too, and then it kind of hit a lull for a couple years. But this year, it may be one of the best we've seen. I mean, you mentioned 4 nationally ranked teams, and everybody's beating everybody on given nights, and that's not because the league's down. It's because you've got some of your mediocres that are better, you've got some of your bottom feeders that are better, and
well, I would think everybody agree that although we don't have our program where we want it right now, if you don't take us serious, we're going to beat you. You can't come into our place or even on the road and just show up, because we're competitive enough that we can get you. And I think that says about the whole league. Not only are there 4 or 5 teams in the top 25, there's a couple that are getting votes outside of that. And so, it's just from top to bottom, it's a very, very tough league this year, and it's going to be a hard challenge.
If you don't have anything else, we're going to get right into it.
I don't.
No Easley's tantalizing trio this week.
No.
Nick did not bring Nick's nook of whatever.
Yeah, I'm better looking and no cheesy line of questions.
Well, okay, so this is going to be thought-provoking, is what you're saying.
It's mustache you a question.
Okay.
That's
Never mind.
Minley's.
We're
I'm going
still
to do
cheesy.
Easley's. Minley's mustache you a question. Yeah, cheesy. We show the picture of you with the mustache and from should be the 70s, but it was really only 3 or 4 years ago. So. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Right.
Throw it at me.
It's more than 3 questions.
More than 3, okay,
Some
go.
coaches have odd pregame rituals. Players, do you have anything like that?
Well, you know, I do. I have to have a certain amount of time in a nap period before games. I have to shut my mind down. I got to get to the game about the same time every game. I've got a little bit of a ritual where before the game I got to do certain things to keep my mind off of it. You know, it's amazing. 29 years into it. That hour or two before the game, I'm almost sick to my stomach.
You still get that? Still get the butterflies?
Still get it.
I'm sure the Mountain Dew helps with ulcers too,
Yes.
that you have to drink.
Yes.
If you were to discover Bigfoot, who would you tell first? I told you they were going to be thought-provoking.
If you haven't discovered
If I haven't discovered
already.
him, I have seen him. I just
Well, who'd
saw
you
him
tell?
outside. Who'd I tell?
Yeah.
Probably I'd have to verify it with a psychiatrist first before I released it to the media.
Good choice.
Yeah, that would probably be the first choice. But I suppose something that big and important, I'd tell my wife.
Okay. How would that conversation go?
Honey, I just saw Bigfoot, and then there would be that. We'll get you checked in this afternoon.
Have you ever killed a mammal? Are you a hunter?
I have.
Okay.
I have.
An accident or
No,
like with your car?
on purpose. Okay. On purpose. I've been out in the woods and chased Bambi around, and it's not something I'm proud of. But
So you were a hunter in your former life. You're a recovering hunter?
When you had the mustache?
Yeah.
Okay.
I camouflaged mustache.
Okay, all right. Garth Brooks or Merle Haggard? You're an Oklahoma
Garth
guy.
Brooks.
Really?
I've met him.
Yeah,
Spent
you
some
have-
time with Garth down in Oklahoma City. He came to our gym one day, actually. Chris Paul and him were doing strange combination. Chris Paul that plays for the NBA and him were doing a fundraising thing for some underprivileged kids, and they decided to have their meeting in our gym while Chris was having camp. And so I'm over there hanging out with Chris Paul and dropping names. And,
Yes, you've dropped a million names so far. That's good.
And all of a sudden this guy comes walking in, and I go, God, that looks familiar. He had a baseball cap on, just had some blue jeans and a t-shirt, and it was Garth Brooks. And so I got to visit with him a little bit. Really, really down-to-earth guy. I mean, it was one of those times you go, okay, kind of in my top 10 to meet someone that's that famous.
So you like his music better than Merle Haggard's? That's
Oh,
what you're going there. 'Cause
yeah,
I think
do.
you just wanted to just drop the story to tell you about the Garth Brooks story.
I just want to tell it, but
Yeah.
in our family, it's George Strait. If you're going country,
Okay.
it's George Strait because
Good choice.
my wife. I mean,
Yeah.
it's George Strait.
I'd agree with that. No holiday questions. We holiday questioned
No
you
holiday?
to death the last couple
You
weeks.
don't know if I rap something or
No,
bought
we've already
something?
Yeah,
we know
we've
everything
went
about the
there.
Edmondson holiday preparation. So
Okay.
where's Christmas for you? Are you spending here in St. Joe?
No, we're traveling back to Kansas.
Okay.
We have an event that we go. I mean, it's an event. Gina's side of the family, and Christmas is an event, and it's a fun time. A lot of kids.
How many people are in the house?
Oh wow, I don't know, 14, 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
fun time.
Griswold family
Yep,
Christmas.
yep. I
You
see
know,
where you're going
it
there.
really is, and the lights are there.
Oh, there.
Yeah,
Well, that's good.
The Griswold lights are there.
All right, we're ending on that. That was thought-provoking.
Merry
Mustache
Christmas.
you a question.
Thanks,
Merry
guys.
Christmas
Merry
to you.
Christmas.
That's head coach Rob Edmondson. They're back in action January 3rd at Washburn. We'll see you then.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
If change never happened, how would life take flight? How would our days unfold? At Heartland Health, we believe change can be beautiful. That's why we're changing our name to offer you even better care. Care that keeps up with the changes in your life and the moments that matter most. Heartland Health is becoming Mosaic Life Care. It's more than health care, it's life care. Visit us online to learn more.
What's up, Timmy?
We're out here at Midtown St. Joseph with the Missouri Western soccer team building a house for Habitat for Humanity.
She'll tear a hole in you.
We are a neighborhood basketball court.
One you can't repair.
We've got our men's and women's basketball teams out here helping revitalize the basketball court, which we thought was fitting.
Give the kids something to do and, make it look a little better out here, I guess. It's pretty long to do a full court right here.
What's up, Griffon Nation?
There we go.
Today we are at Brittany Village
apartment complex with the Missouri Western football team. They're out here helping to entertain the children that are part of No Hunger Summer.
You know, I'm really big for a football player.
I know, you know I'm small for my age, just like you small for your age.
When we were young.
It's the 10-year anniversary of Not Out in the Griffs.
The student athletes are here to kind of keep the kids busy and burn some energy off of them so that parents have kind of a night to themselves that they might not always get.
And they said that they had a date that they were going to go on that night, so they said that was going to work perfect. And
So Mom and Dad got a little romance time.
yes, they're going to have some fun out there. And
What kind of fun? What do you think they're doing right now?
that's a tough decision. They're probably eating dinner and
Doing what grown-ups do on romantic night.
a lot of details I don't want to explain.
When we were young. When it got
Kids are tougher than the athletes.
That's scary. Kids are violent. Maybe we should rethink this.
I thought we were afraid. This isn't fair.
Pay attention now.
This is the annual SAC dodgeball tournament to raise money for the Make-A-Wish program.
That was awesome. We raised about $600 for Make-A-Wish.
I don't blame you.
I ain't no trouble here. This is what I do. I'm a wimp. I win.
Too intense, can't talk.
Is that clean?
I don't want to talk about it.
All right, we got a team of our quarterbacks, what should be a heavy favorite, against the team of a hodgepodge group of freshmen. It should be a mismatch, but that's why they play the game.
You guys are supposed to have the arms as quarterbacks, and you get beat by a freshman basketball player. Your thoughts?
So right now we're doing gift-giving gifts.
For the Christmas edition that we do, we pick families who generally just can't afford, just having a rough time, and they can't afford Christmas gifts for their kids. So we go out, and yesterday we went shopping and bought the kids a bunch of toys and clothes and household items, and we're gonna wrap them up and deliver them to them later tonight.
And if it weren't for everyone involved in this, my children wouldn't have had anything this year.
Well, you know, we talk about kind of our favorite stories of the year, and that always is the Griff's Giving Gifts program, the bell ringing, the Missouri Western athletes out in the community. They don't have to be, they choose to be, and I think that's kind of life's learning lessons right there. I think some of our athletes get the most out of that than anything.
Oh, they really do. For us, we have to watch the Griffons on the field, on the court. We have to do that. It's a real joy for us to see when they're off the court, off the field, and what they can do in the community. And they do so much. A lot of it we don't even know about sometimes. We don't see all of it, but every little thing that they do, great for the community, great for the department.
And great for the spirit of the holidays.
Absolutely.
That is GSI for this week. Merry Christmas. As always, ladies and gentlemen, go Griffs.